Hey everyone, today's June 15, 2019, and I hope all of you are having a great day today. And so as of today, it's been 2 years and 3 months since I traded in my 2015 Ford Mustang GT for my 2015 Subaru BRZ. And if you guys are new to the channel, or if you guys just don't know, I've owned a good variety of cars in my past. So my previous car before my BRZ, like I said, I had a 2015 Ford Mustang GT Premium. I had around 500 horsepower to the wheels, and it was a fun car. Before I had my Mustang, I had a 2012 Honda Civic Si, and I turboed it. And before that, I had a 2007 Mustang GT. I also had my 2015 Lexus IS250. So the Subaru BRZ wasn't the fastest car I've owned. It doesn't have the most horsepower, torque, straight line speed, but the one thing it has over all the cars I've owned in the past is my BRZ is the most fun car I've ever owned. And that brings me to the topic of today's video. I'm going to tell you guys my favorite things about my Subaru BRZ after owning it for 2 years and 3 months. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video today, and let's head down to the garage. And before we head down, I showed you guys this before, and it's something I'll be putting on my BRZ very soon. And as you can see right down there, there's an aftermarket front pipe and over pipe. They're by Speed by Design, and this front pipe has no cats on it with one resonator. And the setup I have in my BRZ right now, I do have an NVIDIA N1 catback exhaust with my JDL unequal length header. Right now I do have the stock front pipe and over pipe. I had this same setup for about a year now, and I do love how it sounds. Probably gonna keep the same catback exhaust, but I might swap it out. But I am definitely gonna keep the JDL unequal length header and add the new front pipe and over pipe to my car very soon. So look out for that video. I really did think about the things I do love about this car still after 2 years. And I did make a video when I first bought this BRZ. It was like the 5 things I love about the car, which a lot of those are still true, but there's even more to it now for driving this almost every single day for 2 years. So before we get started, we'll do a quick acceleration to get this video going. Number one is the driving experience of this car, which a lot of people do say about this car, but driving it every day for almost 2 years really opened my eyes to having a car that's well balanced, can take turns really well, and yes, this car is still naturally aspirated, and eventually I will boost the car, but as of right now, naturally aspirated with my unequal length header, my tuned E85, the car is still fun how it is. Even though it doesn't have the high horsepower numbers, it's a really light car, and because it's balanced, it's fun driving it everywhere. Like right now, me and my girlfriend were driving to the gym. Just driving to the gym, I get enjoyment of driving this car. Every day when I wake up and I drive to work, I look forward to getting in this car and driving there every day. And it's been like that from the first day I picked up this car to right now, 2 years and 3 months later. With the car being low down is a huge part of it, and also the car being very driver oriented. If you guys ever sat in this car, you can tell Toyota and Subaru made this car. They really made this for the driver and the whole experience, and the experience as a whole. I'm very low down here. It feels like I'm in a race car, and it makes it so it doesn't get boring. I've had fast cars in the past. For example, my previous car, my 2015 Mustang GT, it is a great car, and it was really fast. It had 500 wheel horsepower. The torque was pretty much the same, but the driving position of the car, I feel like I was driving on top of the car, not inside the car like the BRZ. And obviously with the BRZ, you have precise handling and you feel like you're one with the car. When I was driving my Mustang, yes, it was a fun car, and I do love Mustangs, don't get me wrong. With that car, yes, it was really fast, but I feel like I'm more connected with this car. And that brings me to number 2, feeling connected with my car. Out of any car I've ever owned in my past, the BRZ is the one car I feel connected with. And when I mean connected, I mean connected while driving. Well, obviously the manual transmission, you can feel that connection with this. But when I'm driving this car, you feel that raw feeling like older Porsches, for example, or older cars in general. You have that raw feeling of a car. All of the newer cars nowadays have all automatic everything, and the car pretty much drives themselves. They even have cars that drive themselves right now. They have Teslas that are driving themselves. The BRZ FRS and 86 are real analog cars. It's one of those cars where you feel the road while you're driving it, and you feel pretty much like one with the car. And that's probably why I'm so excited to wake up and drive this car to work every day. So number 3 is the aftermarket support and modifications for this car. Out of any car I ever owned, even my Civic or even the Mustang, the Mustang and Civic do have so many aftermarket parts for it, but for some reason the BRZ, FRS, and 86 have an abundant amount of parts, a huge variety of aftermarket modifications you can do for your car, from exterior mods to performance mods to everything. And I'll do a quick walk around my car. I won't go through all the mods because it'll take a while, but I'll just do a quick walk around to show you guys my car right now. Alright guys, just left the gym. Now for number 3. Number 3 is the sound these cars make. So for my car, for example, I have an unequal length header system. I'm naturally aspirated. I have a JDL unequal length header with my NVIDIA N1 catback exhaust, and I will have my new front pipe and over pipe installed soon. And these cars sound awesome. In my unequal length header setup, I have the classic Subaru rumble, which I honestly love. That's one of my favorite parts about this car. And with all the options, with front pipes, over pipes, catback exhaust, axle back exhaust, different supercharger turbo noises you can get, there's so many options you can do for this car to make it sound the way you want it to make. And now for number 4. And number 4 is definitely one of the biggest ones for me. Actually, it is the biggest one for me. And it is the community. Not just for the BRZ and FRS, but the Subaru community as a whole. Especially in the Chicago area, the Subaru groups here are huge, especially the 86 group, just the Subaru groups overall. Everyone is down to help people. Modifications, if you're new to the group, new to cars in general, we have people that are here to help you. Or if you want to just get into it, or if you know a lot about the cars, you have people to socialize about it, and it really does bring people together. Cars, not just BRZs, FRS, and other Subarus, cars in general bring people together. Since I bought this car, I met so many great friends in my 86 group and just the Subaru group in general. A lot of great people. And when I had my Civic, yeah, there was Civic groups, and it was fun. I met some friends there, but it's not even close to as big as the Subaru groups in the Chicago area. And for the Mustang, that's a little bit different. For the Mustang, there wasn't really any Mustang groups. I did have friends that had Mustangs. Subarus are more towards the younger group, if that makes sense. And with that, you meet a lot of friends in that group, and you get a lot of knowledge and help along the way. Now for number 5, and the final reason why I love my Subaru BRZ after 2 years of ownership. And that is that it changed my perspective. And when I mean changing my perspective, before I owned my Subaru BRZ, I owned a 2015 Mustang GT, like I said. And before I owned the BRZ, I only cared about how much horsepower and torque my car had. I only cared about those power numbers and what was on paper. And when I bought this car, I really wasn't sure if I made the right choice. I was really unsure about this car overall, and I wasn't sure if I was going to have this for a long time. And once I started driving it often, enjoying the car, and really enjoying it for what it is, I really fell in love with it. And yes, it's not a fast car by all means. If you're looking for a car that's extremely fast in a straight line, this isn't your car. This car is a car that you want to have fun in. You can just hop in it, and no matter what you're doing, going to the grocery store, going anywhere, going to work, you can have a fun time in this car. And yes, especially in a manual transmission car like this, you can bang out all the gears and you won't be going crazy over the speed limit, but that's what's fun. For a lot of cars that have high horsepower, you can't really take the car to its limits because you'll be breaking laws and it's really crazy unless you're on track. But for this car, I can bang through all the gears and have so much fun with this, just driving anywhere. It really opened my eyes to cars with balance, cars that are really nimble, are made for the driver. And at this point in my life, it doesn't matter what the horsepower and torque numbers are. All that matters for me is the driving experience as a whole, and this car really showed me that. Alright guys, I'm gonna end this video soon. I'm gonna just finish this video with a couple accelerations. Alright guys, I'm gonna end the video right here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Please leave a comment down below what you guys think of my Subaru BRZ. And if you own a Subaru BRZ FRS or 86, please comment down below and tell me how long you've owned it and how your experience was with the car. And remember, I respond back to every single comment I get. Peace out, and I'll see you guys in the next video.